I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Man, I just had like a 3.5-hour cry.
Diddy has finally spoken up amid mounting allegations of sexual assault, particularly after a fourth alleged victim filed a lawsuit accusing him and his associates of gang assault and trafficking when she was just 17.
According to the filing, she says she was in the 11th grade when she was out with friends at a Detroit lounge in Michigan in 2003 and then approached by Harvey Pierre, then president of Combs' music label Bad Boy Entertainment. Combs' career was taking off, and she says Pierre bragged that Combs was his best friend and called him. The two men allegedly convinced her to take a private jet to New York City.
In response, 50 Cent has confirmed that all proceeds from his upcoming documentary on Diddy will go to benefit victims of sexual assault. Notably, he also implicated Diddy's close friend Rick Ross, suggesting that Ross should be investigated too.
GD! They own Rick Ross too. You Rose, you folded over. You still paying the gangster disciples. I know because one of them's related to me.
Rumors are circulating about Diddy and Ross engaging in questionable activities together, and 50 Cent plans to spill the tea on it all in his documentary. The new lawsuit against Diddy comes with a trigger warning due to its disturbing details, reminiscent of Cassie's lawsuit. The allegations include photos of Diddy with the alleged victim. Legal experts suggest this lawsuit might lead to criminal charges against Diddy, but the mogul promises to fight for the truth. Marvel Studios dropped Jonathan Majors after legal issues, and now Diddy faces potential consequences.
We have some breaking news in the Jonathan Majors criminal trial in New York City. He has been found guilty, although it's a split verdict. Guilty on only 2 counts, not guilty on another 2 counts.
Diddy's strategy to win public sympathy appears to mirror R. Kelly's approach, where the convicted singer tried to paint himself as a victim and his accusers as money-hungry liars. However, given R. Kelly's fate, it remains uncertain whether this strategy will work for Diddy.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. And y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it.
The lawsuit against Diddy is unsettling, with the alleged victim identified as Jane Doe, claiming she was trafficked and assaulted when she was only 17. She accuses Diddy, his associate Harve Pierre, and a third person, pseudonym, of heinous acts.
I want to get your opinion. You know, you was around Puffy, you was on Bad Boy. You know, looking at this lawsuit, Cassie, she claims that her and Diddy had freak-off sessions where they would get a male
You
prostitute.
talking about the freak-off session where they used to do in the studio and all of that over different entertainers' houses and stuff? Where they be having them parties where they won't invite you to? And they be like, we having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party. You be like, yeah, I ain't going. I don't want to go. Freak-off parties, when you go in there and it be, yo, let me tell you something. We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP and they just be standing there. And like, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna get back with you. We gotta rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right?
Jane Doe met Pierre in a Detroit lounge, where he claimed to be best friends with Diddy. Allegedly, Diddy convinced her to accompany them on a private jet to his New York studio. The lawsuit details a disturbing sequence of events involving drugs, alcohol, and assault. Jane Doe vividly describes being assaulted by Diddy, the third person, and Pierre in that order, with Diddy allegedly watching as others assaulted her. The account includes explicit details of the attack, claiming that Diddy sat and observed while she was assaulted by others, urging them to stop.
We're hearing the allegations with Puffy. I think that was going on around there. I think those niggas were some sexual demons, is what I get that was going on around.
Unlike many victims who come forward after decades, Jane Doe can provide evidence of her interaction with Diddy on that night. She submitted photos taken on the night of the attack, where she was just 17, including one showing her sitting in Diddy's lap. Gene Deal, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, had a scathing assessment of the situation.
I think that any man that force any woman to do anything, it should be like the Arab countries. They just start cutting shit off, to be totally honest, of that man. Any man that forces any woman to do anything, they should treat them like they treat them in the Arab countries and just start cutting shit off. From their fingers, to their hands, to their feet, to their genitals, to their head. You know what I'm saying? So now, another thing of it is that how low do you have to be when you're gonna put somebody on a jet and fly them all the way to New York, to the studio? To me, bro, to be totally honest, it sounds kind of fishy to me. I can't, and then it came from Hard Pierre. The Hard Pierre I knew back in them days was a cornball that did everything Puff said. You know what I mean? Like he was one of Diddy's highest riders. That's some real thirsty, desperate shit for them to fly a 17-year-old girl, you know, on a G5. They was flying G5 and G4 jets back then. All the way to New York to gang rep her in the studio. Man, I wish I could give them their punishment, if that's true.
Yeah, that's what she said, man. She said that Diddy, he flew her to New York, took her to the studio, gave her drugs and game. And there's pictures online too. So she was at his studio, Daddy house. So, I mean, she ain't lying about that. She was there, man.
Well, if anything, at that time, if anything came from Detroit, it was one of Puff A&R. They called him Slam. He was from Detroit. He used to set up everything, you know, for Diddy. The time I told y'all about Diddy getting the fellatio when Jennifer Lopez was upstairs, Slam set that up. You know what I mean? So if it came from Detroit, it probably came from Slam. Because he was another one of the dudes that was a flunky around there. You know, but it's crazy, man. I really don't, I got daughters, man. I have words, I don't have words for that, bro. And I don't know any of the guys who were officers that worked for Bad Boy like myself would allow that shit to happen. They wouldn't allow that shit to go down. Puff and them, they know what to do when certain people are around. You understand? When they got those dudes who was, you know, from the hood and they was doing bodyguard work and they was doing stuff like that, they maybe, but I don't know any of the officers that I knew that was working for Puff would allow any of that shit to go down.
He went on to talk about how Diddy always seemed to be a little cautious around him.
That shit was crazy, bro, to do that to that little girl. But she's got to prove it. And she has to prove it by saying this. She has to tell, she cannot come out and say that this happened to her 20 years ago and she never told nobody else. Or she never tried to do something, you know, about it. She had to tell somebody 20 years ago, yo, when I was there, they did this to me. She had to write it in a diary or something like that, you know, and she has to prove to the courts that this actually happened to her.
Right. Are you familiar with Daddy House?
Am I familiar with it? Am I familiar with it? Yeah, 44th between, was it 8th, 7th and 8th? Yeah, between, I think 8th. 8th is going, that way is going down. Between 7th and 8th. Yeah, I'm familiar with Daddy House. Yep.
Was he known for having relations with females at his studio? Did you know about it?
It never happened on my, I never seen him work, I never seen him mess with anybody on my watch at Daddy House. It was always business. When I went to Daddy House with Puff, it was always business. You know what I'm saying? We'll be coming from a club or something like that. He wanted to check on the artist. He wanted to check on the song and stuff like that. Or he'll have Ms. Lopez come over. Or he'll be checking on some music or whatever like that in the studio. It was always business when I was over there with him. No, now sometimes you get the groupies and the girls come up in there and stuff like that. But Puff never did none of that shit around me.
Diddy responded to the lawsuit on Instagram, vehemently denying the allegations and accusing his alleged victims of seeking a quick payday. He declared his intent to fight for his name, family, and the truth.
And you know, Cassie, she also alleges that, you know, while she was having sex with these male prostitutes, the male prostitutes, and Diddy, they all wore masquerade masks.
He didn't want her to know who they were. So if she ever wanted to do what she just did, how does she say how the person looked? All she could describe is if they was wearing masks, unless she saw them before they put the mask on. It's craziness, man. And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time.
Diddy also took to Instagram to remember his late ex, Kim Porter, on what would have been her 51st birthday, marking 5 years since her tragic death. Despite facing public backlash due to multiple sexual assault lawsuits, the 54-year-old music mogul shared a heartfelt photo of himself kissing Porter's cheek, expressing, "We miss you so much, Kim. Happy birthday, beautiful. Love forever." The post received nearly 80,000 likes in a day, even though comments were disabled. Diddy also shared throwback pictures on his Instagram stories. Despite that, however, there have always been rumors that he was involved in her death and could well have silenced her before she aired his dirty laundry.
Cassie couldn't take it no more. She told her friend, and this was she was under a non-disclosure and everything like that. She told her friend she couldn't take it no more because she had seen this dude do something. I've heard plenty of stories about him being on a yacht. That same yacht that Kim was on, and the same yacht she got her nose broken on, that somebody was doing something to him when they walked in the room, and it caused a confrontation. This is what somebody who was on the yacht said to me. You understand? They was telling that story to somebody. And it was a female. But my whole thing about it was this, is that anything in that lawsuit, you gotta realize that we only got a portion of it because it's been chopped up.
The situation echoes the R. Kelly case, raising questions about the effectiveness of employing a similar strategy. Only time will tell how the legal proceedings unfold for Diddy and whether the strategy will sway public opinion in his favor. But it's not looking good for him right now. Music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones has filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs, accusing him of sexual assault and coercing him into sexual encounters with sex workers. This marks the 5th lawsuit involving sexual assault allegations against Diddy. The allegations stem from Jones's time working with the rapper on his latest album, during which he claims to have experienced unwanted groping and sexual touching. In response to the lawsuit filed in a New York court, Sean Hawley, Diddy's attorney, vehemently denied the accusations, calling them pure fiction. Hawley stated, "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." According to court documents, Jones lived and traveled with Diddy from September 2022 to November 2023. Jones alleges that he was drugged and woke up naked, disoriented, and in bed with 2 sex workers and Diddy. The lawsuit further claims that the rapper was involved in illegal activities and grooming him to pass him off to his friends. And perhaps the most striking aspect of the situation is how Columbus talked about Diddy making advances on him previously.
Phone ring is an unknown number. I don't answer unknown numbers. But, you know, my wife looking at me like, Yeah.
Who is that?
Pick that up.
I want to know about this.
So I put it on speaker.
Yeah.
I picked it up. I say, who is this? It's Sean. I'm like, Sean? It's Puff. I'm like, oh, what's good?
You talking low like that?
Talking low. So I was like, hey, what's good? I said, what's cracking? He said, we didn't see you tonight at the BET Awards. We didn't see you tonight. He said,
he checking in.
He said, what you doing? I was like, oh man, I'm at the crib. He said, oh yeah, we over here at the he said, I'm over here at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I said, oh, for real? So who over there? Just me. When I did Stomp the Yard, it was #1 2 weekends in a row, and the second weekend, I was like experiencing, phone calls, I'm getting movie offers,
right?
All these things that's kind of happening. And one day I got a phone call, unknown number. I answered it, and it was Diddy, and I was like fanboyed out, like what? He was like, man, I'm a big thing, man. You killed that movie, boom, boom, boom. Hey, I heard you coming to New York next week to do 106th Park. Hey, pull up at the Sandra store. You can get whatever you want. Like, boom, go out there, go up there, look fresh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Diddy's looking out for me, man. I never met him when I got to New York. I just went to the Chandra store, and they was like, opened up the gates for me. I geared up, boom, boom, boom. Never met him when I was there for those couple days. Then, that was January. February, because Stomp came out January 17, 2007. So February was All-Star in Vegas that year, 2007. Never forget it. So went to the All-Star game, it's crazy. And then my boys, my partners, they roll with Diddy tough. They was like, the band for Bad Boy for a long time. They're like, hey man, Diddy said you can come to the Palms. He's having an after party. He said, I'm over here at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I said, oh, for real? So who over there? Just me.
What?
Come on, man. That man ain't saying. You serious? He said, just me. So my wife, I'm over here on the suspect list.
What the hell?
I'm like, nah, man, I'm in bed, bro. I'm good. He's like, and just hung up.
But did he ever give you signs? Did you ever give him any sign, any reason?
No, nothing whatsoever. So I'm like, man, but now I got smoke in my house. So my wife looking at me like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. This man just called me. Like, and I don't know what's going on. So anyway, people, when I posted that on IG, people was like, the comments was like, but did you go? I left it. You did. And they was like,
you did leave it like in limbo.
And I'm like, I gotta respond to this. But I was like, the only way people really listen is if you said, they listen to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle say some shit they know is fake. I was like, hell no, I didn't go. It's crazy. It's ridiculous what I look like going to a grown man's hotel room in the middle of the night. It's ridiculous. Anything's possible with this man. Like Kevin Garnett winning the NBA championships. Anything's possible. I wasn't playing those games with P. Diddy that night. It could have changed everything.
Damn, man.
So you were not surprised when all of this came out in the open at all?
No, I wasn't, because I have, as I gotten further deeper into the game, people talk. So I would hear stories, but I never saw nothing.
Storm Monroe also went on to bring up how Diddy seems to have many, many more male victims.
He was gonna have you. He was gonna have you struggling and scraffling, all right? He was gonna have you struggling and scraffling. Wait. Did we find it? Yeah, here it is.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I like the way you do that, Daddy. You putting in that work. Yeah. Did it just get through running up and Meek? Why was Meek all tooted in the pool like that? Let me ask you, lady. Well, we got gentlemen too. Oh, those of y'all that get in y'all. Do y'all sit in cold water to cool it off? Do y'all be on fire after y'all get? Let's play it again.
Man, you doing it, man.
Look at him. Look at him. He look drunk as shit. He look like leave me alone. He look like damn daddy, you ain't even use no lube this time. I tried to go back to the coconut oil. You told me sit ass my black ass and take this shit. You turned up the music so nobody can hear me scream. You said I'm gonna hop in this ice cold pool to cool this ass off. Y'all think when Diddy got through running up in that ass was farting and sharding all the way over to the pool? I would have thought that chlorine would have burnt that ass. I would have thought that ass would have been raw. I would have thought that ass would have been raw and toe up. Because Diddy don't look like he do nothing slow and sensual. He look like he just rams it.
The suit also implicates other individuals, including Diddy's son, Justin, Chief of Staff Christina Karam, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam. Allegations include failure to monitor and supervise the actions of Diddy and his associates. Justin Combs' representative dismissed the allegations as lies, describing them as a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday. Jones is seeking $30 million in damages through this legal action. The dominoes are starting to fall on Diddy, and now it's only a matter of time until true reckoning arrives for him. What do you think will happen? Let me know in the comments. That'll do it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching.